here we are, everybody. Another podcast. We are glad to be back with topics. Now, unlike last week, these might vary in mileage and quality in terms of what makes a full topic, but we'll make the best of it as we do always. As always, I am the host here of this podcast, Armin, and as always, I am joined by Mitch.
Armin told me yesterday these topics were a good show, so he's lying to someone here.
I'll take the blame, I guess. I'm the fall guy.
Just like, this is a good show. It's like, we might be able to squeeze some stuff out. It's like, okay.
Yeah, no, it is a pretty good show. The listeners will be able to pick up on all the great topics.
This show is never good.
No, That's true. It's just a straight up lie.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the lies, Tristan.
Yeah, well, for people want to know, like, I'm in Silent Hill right now, and RIP E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only took like 8 years for it to die.
I mean,
and it went out with a whimper because they didn't give a shit. They didn't care.
Look, like, E3 was taken behind the shed when Sony was the first to pull out of the big three. That should have been enough, you know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like the update that they gave was like sad. It was just a little graphic saying, "Yeah, we're not doing it anymore. Goodbye."
Yeah.
At least it wasn't AI generated. Because
Yeah.
you know that thing would have been like 8 paragraphs long.
And get some info wrong. And,
What's B3? God damn.
No, they used an old plugin of ChatGPT that wasn't up to snuff. Oh man,
The same one that that Gollum game had.
Oh. Gollum.
Lord of Ring. No, okay.
Lord of Ring.
That's a different thing. AI. God damn.
So yeah, pour one out for E3. I'm waiting. Mitch, you predicted that Kiwi would be within 24 hours posting about the game.
Yeah, we'll get Keeley 3 next year. You won't.
Yeah, we will. You know,
it'll be 3 Keeleys.
What's funny about this is a couple years ago, he was supposed to partner with them and do the Summer Game Fest thing, and they were like, "No, you don't know what you're doing, Kiwi." He was like, "All right." Oh, wow.
In fairness to them, he doesn't, because who has an award show where 18% of the 4 hours is awards and the rest?
It's true.
That's the weird thing about it, is that the only way he could fund that thing is because of the sponsors, and they're like really bad sticklers for, I paid for 830, I want 830.
Yeah, it's at least he's figuring something out more than E3 certainly did. That's for sure. Oh, sad E3. But don't
at least
worry.
The cringe lives on, right?
That's
E3
true.
cringe is carrying on with the Game Awards and Summer Fest.
Exactly. The spirit will always live on. Always. So, yeah, that'll be it for, I guess, the housekeeping and the intro there, because we do have topics to talk about, and there's plenty of good stuff, trust me. Like our first, let's get straight into something that came out of nowhere, sort of. We knew multiple Black Panther series were in development. We just didn't think the first one would be out in 2024, and this would be the one that we sort of learned about where, hey, vibranium is missing somewhere on Earth. Send people from Wakanda to get it. That's going to be an animated series. Sounds good. Honestly, I didn't expect the Black Panther cartoon, so I'm in.
Well, no, because they never said anything about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, here's this Okoye show. That's it. Like,
exactly.
We've known that for years. Like, 3 years at this point, and nothing else came of it. It's like, okay.
Right.
Then they just suddenly... What did they announce it at the What If premiere or something?
Yeah, the What If premiere during just like a little interview where they were like, hey, we got the Spider-Man cartoon and X-Men coming. Oh, and we made an entire Black Panther series nothing leaked about.
Well, that's the weird thing. It's like, just throw this out there.
Yeah.
It's like you would think that they would want to promote it, and it's just... You
would think.
They just have this little, like, not much known about it. It's just a little blurb that, that I'm thinking it's probably not going to be like different Black Panthers.
Yeah,
that's what because usually that's what it usually is, but here it's different. I guess spies or warriors that are going.
Yeah, and different time periods as well. So like we got, there's obviously going to be an episode where they're like, hey, just the Panther just misses Captain America and the Commandos going to World War II,
Are they going to Clone Wars it? Cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to get.
How do we keep Anakin away from Grievous?
You just missed Captain America, like literally in that car right there. It's like, oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
But
and then was it Ryan Coogler is involved, but they wouldn't say to what extent though. So
now I got
one
one
executive producer, right? It's always the way.
Exactly, yeah. But I need to know one thing: will this intro go as hard as the series from 2010? Because
that one.
I forgot about that. Wow, yeah.
We'll go that hard because man, that was.
I mean, it's Marvel and animated shows. They probably either reuse it or just straight up steal from something else.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like, what other Romanian detective show can you take for a Marvel cartoon series?
CartoonGPD.com to generate me a Black Panther intro and
That's
song.
all about Gemini now. The Google Gemini.
Oh yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. Like, I didn't expect this. It's a welcome surprise for 2024 to get 3 cartoons that are going to be vastly different to one another. Like, that's cool.
What's the other one?
So we got Spider-Man, not freshman years.
Oh,
what's it called
that
now?
next year as well.
Oh, it's the Friendly Neighborhood.
Friendly Neighborhood. That's what it is. And then we got this, and we got, obviously, well, I guess X-Men 97 is early.
X-Men next year?
It's supposed to be very early, because right now all the product has hit, and we know we're supposed to come out in November. So, yeah.
So you got 4 next year then?
Oh, man, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Marvel fans eating good for cartoons that, like...
I mean, if they're anything like What If Season 1, then no, they're not.
Whoa.
No, What If was the poverty line? Let's be real here.
The silence was telling from my part. I had to legit be like, what if? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah.
You know that show that had like half its plot cut out and saved for Season 2?
Yeah, hype. Well, I guess we shall see. So, yeah, stay tuned. We'll talk more about this as we get. Now we're going to talk about the Blade video game coming at us from Bethesda.
Yeah.
It's like it's either going to be good or it's going to be mid to horrible.
It's going to be either good and niche or it's going to be terrible. Pick one, because that's what Bethesda does. That's what they do.
I was surprised. I was surprised that they were going to make one because
one of get the movie out. Good damn.
Yeah, because it's weird because what the speculation is that it might be a exclusive to Xbox platforms and PC, but on the flip side, Blade's not a household name, so like he's not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I say Blade's known for a certain age group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like, everyone growing up in the 90s knows Blade. Everyone knows those 3 movies.
Yeah,
right. But
yeah.
For the most part, but if it is exclusive and it's from Bethesda, I'm sorry, Xbox people, you didn't deserve that.
The thing with like Blade, obviously people know I love Blade and everything. It's like the company making it, the specific Arcane that's developing it, they are great. They make some great games. Unfortunately, like I said,
it's not the Redfall one, is it?
No. This is the good Arcane, not the other one.
The only thing that I would be worried about is that I don't think they've done a lot of third-person adventure games.
Exactly. Yeah. So
because first-person superhero games just don't work.
No, I don't like first-person superhero game. That's not fun. Like, you want to see your hero, right? So it's like, I trust Arcane is going to get a vibe that you're not going to see in any other Marvel game. They're going to have unique gameplay mechanics that are going to be perfect for Blade, and it's going to look stellar because they're going to have an art style just like that, cinematic. That's going to be the art style, guarantee it. It's going to look so good, but like 100,000 people are going to play it. So
and it's Bethesda, will it actually run?
Yeah, right.
Maybe. What's funny here is that depending on what type of Blade you're gonna get, because people are well, I guess you could say like the hardcore Blade fans, they get really uppity about this stuff because it. If you look at it this way, Blade's supposed to be a British dude
Yeah.
Yeah, he
in
is. Yeah, yeah.
in Paris, but they always give him the accent of an American.
Because Americans can't handle any other accent. That's why.
Oh no, mostly because of Wesley Snipes.
I mean, there is that. Yeah. Accents and taxes can't do them. No.
Yeah. So that's one thing I know. I was like when they did the announcement trailer, I was really surprised about it because I was when it was happening, I was wondering what was going on because I was like, well, who's this dude that's just getting just his beard trimmed up, and then I see the teeth and I'm like, is this another like vampire game or something? And then that whole thing comes about telling all the. I'm trying to think if there's any like actual. Well, unless they're gonna go with that one story with he had that one shot where he was supposed to be the sheriff of this vampire town.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah. I mean, that'd be an interesting way to take it. To be honest,
at least looking at this, I'm just kind of like looking at everything we know. It's like, okay, we know the basics. It's set in France. I'm like, that's one of the most exciting parts. You can do this Marvel style gothic thing over there, have a unique flair. I mean, you look at that trailer and like within 30 seconds, they're representing just about every religion on there. And again, Blade, he fights monsters from mythology along with vampires and things like that. So like, to me, they got something here that, yeah, that's Blade, but I'm still very much like apprehensive because it's just, I don't know. Like, out of all the characters, they were like Blade to Arcana Leon. What? I never would have, like, that's not the one that crosses my mind. So
no.
You wonder if they're gonna do cameos from other characters like Man Thing and Werewolf by Night.
I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
If Spider-Man's any indication, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, because the Spider-Man thing is really weird. Because from what people found out is that Marvel games and Marvel as a whole, they want their money. So if you want a cameo, this character costs this much. This character costs this much. This is what the characters can and can't do. There you go. That's why when in Marvel Spider-Man 2, you got a semi paper cameo by Wong and Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, you got Wong's signature. There you go. Take it a little bit.
Hilarious.
No, I'm in a weird spot with this because they haven't said if it's exclusive or not.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't have an Xbox.
Yeah,
they plan on getting Xbox. So I'm not even going to bother getting excited.
They won't. Because multiple outlets have asked, "Is this an exclusive?"
Yeah.
And they won't acknowledge it. They're just,
there is the chance that the deal was inked before anything like that, right? Or or maybe. I mean, I don't know anything. I just want to make it clear: I do not have anybody I know that's even remotely connected to this game, like I did with Avengers or Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League, but. Put it this way, if on Xbox, their biggest IP is struggling to sell over 4 to 5 million units now, is Blade going to sell more units than a new Gears of War or Forza or a Halo or even a Starfield? No. Blade is niche as it is. I think they're going to approach this with we got to recoup a lot of money, toss it on Game Pass day one, sure, but we need it on the other consoles to recoup some of this because I'm sorry, they're going to lose money no matter what because it's Blade. It is, I'm sorry, I love Blade, but he's not Marvel Spider-Man going to sell 25 million units, okay? Blade is going to struggle to hit 5 on his best day, and that's as a Blade fanatic, so.
Yeah, it's like, he's not Spider-Man, he's not Wolverine, where you can just put him onto one platform and he'll sell.
Right. I don't think it'll be.
It's also not on the biggest platform, right? It's on the smallest one.
It's on the smallest, which is
yeah.
Well, what is it now? Sales for PlayStation 5 are now 2.3 to 1 for Xbox. Like, ooh.
Nice.
it's getting dwarfed. So yeah, like you got to be careful with what you do with this. So yeah, it'll be interesting. But look, we'll get back to Blade when we know more. They said let them cook, and this is clearly a early trailer. Like, oh, they're going to be cooking for 4 years before we even get a full-on gameplay. Here's how it
Easily,
plays. 20
yeah.
minutes sit down. You know, so
Yeah.
oh, unfortunate, but that's how it's going to go. So,
Is it even going to be on this gen?
oh,
Probably
maybe end of gen.
There's just like what was that
It is
one?
Bethesda after all.
What was that one game? Was that one other? I forgot what's with that one chick where she was going through that other afterlife. I forgot what the game's called.
Yeah, memory.
But it's been going on like
Heaven's Sword, was it?
no, it's by them, but I can't remember the actual name of the game. But
no, I'm blanking now.
But I do know that it's finally supposed to come out next year after like 6 years, because they announced that stuff like was it 2020, and it's just now coming out.
We're talking about Hellblade, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I mean.
it was the second one.
Senua, whatever.
It's finally 2's finally coming out next year, hopefully.
Yeah, so exactly.
I had Final Fantasy 14 brain there saying Heaven's Ward. Like, damn it! I knew it was something like Heaven, like H and Sword or Blades.
Yeah.
But hey, you said damn it, and that's kind of been a reaction because 2 weeks after Zack Snyder was like, guys, I'm happy to move on from the SnyderVerse. I would only come back under James Gunn to do one film. That's The Dark Knight Returns. He was asked about the SnyderVerse. And he's like, I want Netflix to get the DCEU and bring back the SnyderVerse.
It's almost like he's seen people online.
It's like, well, like, I'm at one mind. I was like, why does he want like more eyes on him again?
Yeah.
Is he like is he just trying to like fish for another deal?
It has to be.
Yeah. Because like at this point, it's just I'm just tired of it at this point.
He's seen the reactions people are having to Rebel Moon, and he's like, oh crap, I need something. How do I get another job?
It's
this is like a cycle, because he says, oh, I can make my own, what is it, Dawn of the Dead, or I can make my own Star Wars, and when it comes out it's meh to it's awful.
Yeah.
And then it's that was just the first draft, let me go do something else, because if I can do this, then I will reinstate the Snyderverse, even though he like legally can't.
So I have a sneaky suspicion that since Netflix bought a lot of the things from Mark Millar and Millar World, I have a feeling that Snyder is even trying to position himself to be given the reins of that to make a new Snyderverse, or he's just trying to get Netflix to greenlight a bunch of like comics, and like he just wants his own superhero universe to keep getting perpetually paid. I think he's trying to like egg them on. That's honestly what I think it is.
Has anything from Miller's work?
You had
Jupiter's Legacy.
That's it. You had that and nothing.
It's like I know, like every time it's like, because like every time I see like there's a news update. Oh, this one's been optioned off. This one's been optioned off, and like nothing at all. And then the only thing that comes out now is that, he's gonna be a grifter now. So
it's always the way.
I understand Snyder. I get what he's trying to do. Look, Rebel Moon has not been setting any social media or anything on fire.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, if in an interview, if he can go, check out Rebel Moon, and also, I want to bring back the Snyderverse is going to get all the headlines to get eyes on Rebel Moon. Just like every year, Martin Scorsese, conveniently 6 weeks ahead of his film, Marvel Bad. Ooh, I wonder why he did that.
It's all a marketing thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. He wants this, but collectively, everybody needs to move on. You know how I know everybody needs to move on? Because some of the people that were in the trenches for the DCEU have literally retired, quit, walked away. They're done. Like, it is. There's nothing here.
There's only so much of your life you can dedicate to something, right? Especially when you're a certain age.
That's when
when you start to get older, you're like, what am I doing?
That's when the Splinter Cells come out. Because see, like there's like this last bastion of the last 5 to 10 people in their 50s.
Yeah,
still trying to do the memory berries.
So the 50-year-olds and the butts. That's all you got left of the Snyder Cut stuff.
It's
it's been like 10 years, guys. Like, move on.
They'll move on.
No, they won't. But the worst bit is no one else will move on either. Everyone's always still like, "Oh, what are they talking about?" It's like, shut up. I know it's hypocritical for me to say right now.
Yeah,
but if no one else talks about it, they can just exist over there. And
it won't. Like we're 2.5 years past David Ayer saying, "I'm never talking about the Ayer cut again."
Didn't you talk about it like recently again?
I always talked about it every
week. Yeah.
It's gonna happen, guys. No, it's not. Shut up. I beg, please.
Stop. Yeah, exactly.
What is it with DC directors and not being able to let go?
Yeah, Warner Brothers just needs to give me $50 million and I'll do a cut.
Exactly. Look, nothing more to say about this. Like, nothing. Literally, not a whole lot. So we're just gonna move. Right.
Now, at the end of the day, right? Like, if you're so desperate to tell a story like that, why don't you team up with Mark Millar and make your own Watchmen style universe? Like, make a parody that you can just. Obviously, it's Snyder. The man can't do parody because
he is a parody, though. Like, that's
pretty much I was gonna say he's dense as a block of wood, but other way works really. But yeah, just do that and go ahead. Like, just make your own thing, or just read The Boys. Like, it's the same stuff.
Be careful, because somebody might put out a tweet that says, "I bet you The Boys ripped off Zack Snyder," and he's going to share the conspiracy.
Oh, it will happen. Yeah.
Remember, Zackanon is still strong, so it's still happening, still rolling on. But you know what? Let's just jump on to another DC topic. I'm gonna swap these, and then the last one will be Marvel. So let's talk about Zachary Levi.
Can we not, please?
Yeah.
I forgot I put this in here.
Good old Zachary Levi continues to prove why you don't want to hinge your franchise on this guy.
Yeah. It's.
So
it's so funny because he got cast as Shazam and everyone was like really high on it.
Yep. And
then Shazam won, for some reason people loved it. I still don't get why to this day. But then since then it's just gone down. Like, this man's opened his mouth every time chance he gets and it just goes down. And Shazam 2 happened and it just hit the floor.
And then
now somehow it's digging under, it's literally is halfway to China by now.
Because at this point it's just him with like a lot of salt, just saying, "Oh, well, I guess Gunn only helps out his friends, and no one else that that can headline a franchise." I'm like, "Yeah, Zachary, yeah, you can headline a franchise, can't you?"
So I'm shocked that people want to work with people they like. I'm stunned, absolutely stunned. Like, what a brave thing to say.
We get it. Zachary is,
he's upset he hasn't got a job.
Yeah.
He's
in
a
this
person.
economy, I understand.
And
but I assume that the $3 from Shazam can be stretched out over a little bit.
And like, looking at the pattern of how everything started, I went back and I was like, looking at what he said, I wonder if there was any indications back in the day.
The anti-vax stuff.
So even before that, I went back and looked at all the way to when he was hired to play Shazam. And there's these little moments and things he says in interviews that I'm like, oh, it was there all along. Like, somebody would ask him, being like, oh, you're playing Captain Marvel, right? And you're the real Captain Marvel and not, the one over there, referencing Brie Larson. And he would just like have this snark look on his face and laugh, being like, yeah, that's right. And then it comes out all that stuff about how he's against, like, women. And he's like, yeah, their father should be able to let them off the leash when he thinks they found, like, a suitable mate. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, all this weird stuff was always kind of there, just in the background. And, like, he just never really put it out there till after the lockdown, where it just kind of snowballed downhill.
At that point, and it was just at that point, he didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
Until it hurt him.
He probably figured, hey, I see what they're doing with Black Adam. I'm Shazam. I got a franchise that could do what I. Oh, it's burning to the ground. It's the Hindenburg. Jesus. Like, it just happened so fast,
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, nothing of value is really lost, let's be honest here.
No. Shazam 2 is actively. It's the worst film I saw in 2023. It's
even worse than The Flash?
Yes. The Flash, I could at least laugh at the stupidity, but Shazam 2 features a scene where a crippled kid with crutches is trying to sneak like Sam Fisher while making a bunch of noise and going, oh, while trying not to drop ancient pots. Okay? It is.
That can top Baby in a Microwave?
I was thinking of who was the guy that played Superman and hated it. I mean, like, he killed himself over it. They AI'd him into the Flash movie.
Nick Cage.
Oh. I was thinking of, but yeah.
That wasn't me in the movie. I never consented.
Nick Cage didn't even know what was happening. Yeah.
I say it was the black and white one. I can't remember blanking on the name.
Oh my god, yeah. George Reeves, that's the one.
That's the one, yeah.
For some reason, Nick Cage was the only one that came to my mind for like a minute. I don't know. I blanked. Oh,
it's because his face was so close to you in the screen, like you can't help but remember.
Yeah.
Better than earless Adam West Batman.
Oh, nobody even bothered to fact check Batman's cowl.
Oh, man.
Andy Muschietti is such a perfect director to direct Batman Brave and the Bold that he forgot the ears on Batman in his own film. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. Well, let's not talk anymore about the DCEU or whatever the hell Zachary Levi left behind. We got our last topic. Let's talk about Ike Perlmutter attempting a hostile takeover of Marvel.
Oh, yes. This is
What is happening? Oh,
it's the anti-woke agenda. The ultimate grift is back.
Yeah.
God damn.
So to explain to people quickly what's going on, I kind of wrote out like a small little paragraph here so I can catch everybody up. Ike Perlmutter was fired by Bob Iger during a round of job cuts at the beginning of 2023 because he was overpaid, did nothing, and was the CEO of Marvel for a long time. He's the one that didn't want diversity or anything like that. They got rid of him. But he's still got friends on the board that are shareholders of Marvel and Disney, and he's literally trying to get them to split shares and or fall on his side and essentially be like, no, we go with Ike, and we're going to fund him to buy back more shares and take ours so he can get majority vote and literally take Marvel away. So he's literally trying to pull a Game of Thrones style scheme here.
As I say, if you're seeing Succession, it's literally just that. He's not serious, people, but it's slightly concerning that this is happening.
Yeah,
it's the weirdest thing. Like under your tenure, everything started to fall apart, and you, instead of like conceding and knowing that you didn't do a good job, you double down and say, no, it's not my fault.
Yeah,
it's the audience's fault.
And like, also, what really gets to me about this one is there's a whole contingent of fans, and I put down quotation marks, cheering it on because they want him back. They're like, when he was at Marvel, it was the best. He didn't push wokeness. Because of him, you got Inhumans, Iron Fist, because of him, you lost the rights
Yeah.
to Daredevil to Netflix because he embargoed them. You got Marvel locked away from TV. He's the reason that you have all these characters that were sold off, that Universal was still owning Hulk because he wouldn't give them pennies on the dollar. Like, what?
It's like, in essence, he's the one that was nickel and diming everything, and wanting, instead of looking for long-term gain, he was looking for short-term gain, and that's basically what we have now.
Like, do you guys know why Marvel has a new #1 every year for every character? Because of him. Like, it's people are wild. Like, the revisionist history now is Phase 1 through Endgame was all Ike Perlmutter. That's literally what the side is pushing. I'm like, how stupid are you people? Like,
yeah, despite the whole thing in like around Civil War, where literally the Civil War happened.
Yeah.
But this is all the kid, like the proper youngins that grew up with the MCU. Like they don't know the ins and outs of everything. It's just, oh, cool. Well, I preferred this bit, and he was in charge then, so therefore, Perlmutter good, everyone else bad.
Like, remember, the reason we haven't had X-Men or Fantastic Four cartoons or video games based on them the last 15 years is because Ike literally said, you're not allowed to make those because they're not ours, because I sold them for hundreds of thousands of dollars licensing fees in the 90s. Like,
also, it was also wasn't it because of a toy deal between Fox and Marvel, and Fox kind of like got, I guess, pushed the thing for the movie either ahead or forward, and all because of that, he just said, we're not printing anything from X-Men, Fantastic Four, anything of that.
Yeah. It's you know how you were missing X-Men in Marvel vs. Capcom? Yeah, that's him. He's the reason. Like, it is a crazy time to see that Ike is trying to push his way back in, and there's a whole set of people that want this for whatever reason, but
at the end of the day, it's just, like how you said, like the heads, they just want to say, they just want their names on the paper saying that they did a good job. They don't want, most of them don't want to accept the fact that part of the reason that they're in this mess is because of the crappy decisions that they made.
Yeah.
And they'll push the blame onto something else because,
I mean, like,
that's just how it is.
Right now, Hasbro puts out anything X-Men, it sells out. It's been like that for 3 years. He's the one that condemned X-Men to no products. Like, it's crazy that our first X-Men Legends based on those films came out in the last year and a half. Like, that would have been item movers because nostalgia and everything. But no, like, same thing with Spider-Man. Like, you want to know some of the complexities behind getting those No Way Home toys out? It all goes back to him and some of the contracts that he locked in just for literally no reason. Like, I do not want Marvel Studios to go back to this guy coming in and going, right, that Blade movie, $100 million, we're shaving off 70. Have at it. It's like, no, please. Like,
what's the thing? If it happens, you're going to lose like Feige and everyone at the top.
Oh, yeah.
It's as simple as that. They're all just going to go.
Yeah.
And then whatever you get is going to be a big old pile of dookie.
He's got to bring back Jeff Loeb.
Oh no.
Scott Derrickson to Doctor Strange 3 because people liked him. What's his name that did
So
Iron...
you bring
Scott Buck
Scott Buck
to direct Secret Wars. Here we go, boys.
Yeah, so you said Jeff Loeb, and I had it in my head he's going to have the kamikaze bandana on.
Oh! Forgot about that.
No.
Oh, what a throwback. What a throwback. Oh, man.
Imagine thinking that was a good idea.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Perlmutter's 81. He ain't long for this world. No.
Yeah. You know what? You just mentioned Jeff Loeb and the kamikaze freaking... Now I'm picturing the Always Sunny, the gang goes jihad, but it's Ike Perlmutter and Jeff Loeb.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
Kevin, we're taking over with a hammer.
Just replace all those with like people who shouldn't be working because the man's 81.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's gonna take what, like 5 hours to make a decision? Just him standing there or sitting there.
I mean, he's got to get out of the chair first, like.
Yeah.
It's all petty revenge. That's all it is. It's not that he wants Marvel back. He just wants Iger out.
Yep.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. That's all it
capitalism, baby.
That's how it works, man. That's how it works. So, look, if this happens, if anything with it happens, we'll talk more about it. If it does, in fact, go down.
Right.
This is the shambling. Yeah. This is it. So, I suppose we'll know soon enough. I guess that is going to bring us to the end of this, like, whole show of sorts. We got 2 more topics for bonus, for members of the channel. I'm going to talk a little bit about Spider-Man 2 and the Wolverine game, so hopefully we see you guys there. We'll, of course, be back next week as well, and stay tuned for the end of the year CBC Awards, the only awards that matter and not mattering. So
you're going to want to know who got the Secret Invasion Award.
You will. Yeah, we got the Secret Invasion Award. We got the It Spunked on Me So Hard I Forgot What It Was award. There's a lot of awards I'm putting in this. So trust me, I put some thought into this. So get ready, guys. It's going to be a fun ride, and we'll see you all next week.